Hello and welcome. Right, yeah, first time that we've come back, first time on Silverrun. Just noticed, I know we needs rolling and I know we've got the rollers, but I can't do it. We missed it. We missed the boat, but we've got them. And I thought we'd done it actually. I just sworn we did, but whatever. It's too late. We grew it and I'm not destroying it now. But the weed's small. We've got the little sprayer, so I've set the sprayer going. Now, I am interested, very interested in doing the containers. I was going to do it all with this, all with the log poles on this, but yeah, I am interested in doing the containers. It's semi-automatic, but not automatic. Yeah, so I like that. I like the idea of that. And I think we need to use our very trailer. From what I've seen, I did watch another content creator, and I stood on the shoulders of giants, shall we say. Yeah, still need there's an awful lot of things that we need to do, right? So we need to take this and buy a container and stick it on this. Oh, we're going to need the telehandler as well. Right, so then what is it under? I think it's under this. Yeah, containers. Funnily enough, a shipping container. 21.7 to 44 meters. So how big have we got our present? 50 foot. Okay then. So we want to be going. Actually, yeah, it'll have a little bit left at the back. So we do want to be going max size then for containers. So we want 40 foot, so that is the maximum. Colour. Yes, let's do that. So 5,550. Yes, go. Ah. Okay, that's interesting. Where have I had that delivered to? Oh, okay. Let's reset that. And let's reset that wherever it is. Oh, glad we saw that. Right, okay then. So where are you? Where is... Do you know? You just love these things. Okay, well that's... Well, we could use that fantastic tool that I'm always raving about and see where that has actually gone. If it did show up on the thing, because I can't see anything on that. Well, that's bizarre. It is. That is very strange. We have bought a container. It took the money, but unfortunately we don't seem to be able to see it at all. Well, problems. I didn't seriously think we'd have quite that kind of problem. Now I'm trying to think. Did I reset it up to the top of our... Yeah, the actual farmyard, where I know we don't go very often. Is that where it went? It's the only thing I can think. I can't think we... I can't believe it doesn't appear on your map as a thing. Yes, I've looked forward to this. Not to what's happened, but yes, to actually coming on the on Silverrun. I've literally finished Stone Valley last night. I thought, you know, it has been a long time. Let's just go on Silverrun and see what happens. See what needs doing. No, it's not up here either. Well, I am at a bit of a loss. Especially being as it's not showing anything on our land either. We would see it over there. The tractor's just finished their job. I suppose the container, if it is in... That answers that question. It does. Oh, right, okay. Let's go down the fun way, shall we? Ooh, I'm not sure that's fun. Your idea of fun isn't the same as mine. Whoa. I believe that was a bit of a turnaround. Right, let's get this done. Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually having a go with this. Just trying to think. I wasn't being cagey about the content creation. I'm just trying to think. It was Farmer Klein. It was. Yes, it was Farmer Klein that I had a look at with the container, who showed this thing. So that means we need to... Well, let's have a look first. If you put it on, it stays on. Unless you reset, like, yeah, change the configuration of your... Right, let's move these out of the way, shall we? I do love the way that the actual eyelet has to pretty much face... You can even do it with those square ones, but you have to be in the right place. Brilliant. Ooh, it's a bit weird, but hey-ho. Let's go and shift these out the road. Let's get a little semblance of tidiness, if nothing else. I think we ought to put some sort of shed down here if we're down here a lot, and we are going to be down here a lot. Very strange behaviour from the bags. Very. Yeah, now, I believe you have to do this. So look away if you're a bit squirmish, because, yeah, this sort of goes against the grain for myself as well. I think you're supposed to lift it up. Yeah, you can sometimes lift these up. I did it. I didn't think you could, and then I found it at one of the on the shops with one of the seeds. So I know you can, but it doesn't seem to always do it. It is a strange one because it's got that. It's a funny, different design. Now, do you? Oh, I think this is like the. That's right. It's coming back to me now. You have to like roll past it like you do a header. So there is no horribleness. Now this is. Yeah, we need to check this. It's 50 metres. We need to go to 40. So we've got to be careful. Let's not go too close or it'll jump on and then it's going to look weird because it's going to be too long. Right. I can't believe we've got a lorry. That was fantastic, that was. We've not got much money, but we've got a lorry. It is important though, it did enable us to do quite a lot already, so. Right, so then. Which side? Well, I've got to hope it's the other side because otherwise we're in trouble. Now then, I would imagine the back doors have got to be at the back, I would imagine. And yeah, that is, well, this is a bit of a guesstimate. We'd have to reset the trailer, I believe is what he showed on his. Oh, what at the shop? Oh, how on earth am I supposed to get that? To do that, I can't get past it. And I've popped the telehandler in the way, of course I have. Do you know, I hate this when things go messy, and it's not even by my design or my fault this time. Yeah, because that is the back, so that is the way that you would want it. Okay, let's. Ooh. That is a point. Will it work on this one? In this configuration? Is it that? Because it is a flatbed, which of course is what it's supposed to be, but it's not liking that. I think it's about time we stopped ignoring the elephant in the room and actually moved it. Ah. Of course. 3 point. It's got narrows. I can't remember if I started the camera when I'd done that. Why did you not fold it away? Ah, that suggests it got stuck. Why are we stuck on something? We are, yeah, tree stump. Didn't use any? Bizarre. It has done it though. I can see the scorched weeds. Right, come on, let's get this sorted. Even if we do have to manually load it, I don't care. And whatever. It could be that it doesn't like that. We may have to strap it down. I just hope it still works, because yeah. It's typical. I suppose, like anything, the very first time you try anything at all. Now, have we repaired this? No. It's going to be a long while until we really need this, though. So, do you know? Yeah. I do love the fact we're actually right next to the shop. The fact we don't need a repair point is quite amazing. And we now have got quite, yeah, we could make quite a large field. Oh, and my time is 10.5. That is very, very naughty. Well, it would be naughty if it did it on purpose, but I didn't. Yeah, it was a mistake. I think there's the word you're looking for. Right, okay then. So, let's go and have a look. Yeah, I'm thinking it's not liking that trailer because it's, yeah, perhaps another kind of Yeah, I'm thinking it doesn't like that. It did a bit of a wobbly thing. Or is it supposed to like lock in place? And I would imagine it's supposed to straighten itself up, and it's not done either of those things. So I'm thinking it's not particularly happy with its new home. Oh, did a funny jig then. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to move it. That was the one thing that it did make quite clear. Okay, well. In that case, I think we're probably going to have to resort to strapping traditionally and hope it doesn't upset it. Now then, how do we... Yeah, let's switch this on a minute and see, do we do something? Seemingly not. Do we jump in? I think it becomes one with this, and if it doesn't do that, I'd imagine it doesn't work. Oh. Maybe it does. Maybe it does. It's not on perfectly, but hey ho. Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm still wondering whether I'd had a sort of thought last night, because obviously I said I was going to treat this as a bit of a piggy bank. When we need it, we'll get some wood, but or if we need an area clearing, which of course to begin with we need this area clearing here. So I'm not... Yeah, I suppose there's pros and cons to that type of thing, really. Right, okay. Let's get cracking. And let's go into a bit of a time lapse for this, I think. I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, okay then, that's bizarre. So I've got the wrong size container, which is going to give me jip, and it's going to reduce the amount of money we get, which that's seriously bad. So let's do something about that. At least we know, yeah, if there's a way to learn, then of course I'm going to learn the wrong way. So we need to adjust this to an 8-meter length, because that is the size that we did. I presume with this new length thing that obviously there was an awful lot of work and conjecture always on FS19 about the optimal length for wood, and it was always decided between 6 and 7 meters. Some people said 8 occasionally, but yeah, it was mainly that. So I presume we just, that is the point, do we just sell and then this comes back, or yeah, this is true. Right, let's go and see, shall we? If this is a learning. Yes, definitely. Can I remember my way? I can. So we're going to need to adjust the length. This 8 is 24 meters, I believe. 24 feet even. 24 meters. No, 8 meters is definitely still 8 meters. Alright, so let's... Ah, this is a learning curve. Yeah, I'm actually unsure about this. Did I put a blob of paint on the floor? Would have been useful. Ah, looks like where I am. Ah, okay. It looks very much like to me that we're going to need to stick on the thing. I must put a blob of paint. I thought I had already put a blob of paint down. Or could I not? Straps, perhaps. Nope, not straps. Well, this is going swimmingly so far. Seriously, it's got to be something to do with the fact the trailer back isn't doing what it's supposed to do. Oh, don't you just love it? You want to use something new, and there's a very precise, very thin, narrow need of doing it. So let's go and reset the length of this and lose the 2 bits of wood. So annoying. I suppose it's like everything though, really. Perhaps I didn't watch closely enough. But I only did watch the loading bit. I didn't, yeah. And I did listen, and it did sound very much like that there's nothing too special, but I do think it's probably got something to do with the fact that it doesn't like this back. It's supposed to literally do what header trailers do, and headers. It's supposed to jump on it magically and clamp on. There's not supposed to be any needs to do what we've done. And being as we've had to strap it, I think it's doing something weird. Right, so then do we... Oh, this so goes against the grain, losing... Do you have to return it? See, it doesn't even see it. Right, okay. Then we need to stick that. Does it recognise that? No, that's not right. Yes, unmitigated disaster does come to mind, truthfully. What did you do on your first session back on Silverrun after an awful long time? Oh, I faffed around with a container for the entire session. No, it's still very much strapped. No, it's gonna try and take the entire thing. You should know better. Push it off. from t'other side is all I'm going to say. Ah, it is true. I was trying to think of the logging thing, and it was a Lee Bear. Of course it was. It was my favourite logo. It was the really, I think it was 75 grand, but it really was quite tremendous. I did love it. Right, okay, you'll do. And then if we drive forwards with you, we should totally... Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do about the back though. We're going to have to do something, maybe buy another one, which is more money. Oh, what, we're dragging it with us. So goes against the grain. To lose good wood, truthfully does. Well, we're going to drag that through the town. If we reset it, yeah, I was thinking of resetting it, but that's going to lose the contents. No, we can't. No, we're not doing that. Not dragging that all the way through town like that. Even I'm not for two. It is annoying. It's not annoying to enough to risk life and limb of other people, really. We just need to get it slightly in that yellow box. I don't know if you can even do this. I don't think you can. I'm sure Farmer Klein did explain that. I'm sure he did. But you know, you've got to try these things at least once. Yeah, in fact, de-strap it because you know what's going to happen. Ah. Doesn't even recognise it. Right, do you know something? I think, personally, I'm going to come back after having a good look to see what I can and cannot do with the containers. Yeah, it's unfair on you guys and gals for you to come and sit through this travesty. It is. So I'm going to stop recording, and I shall be back shortly when I have a little bit more in the know. Hello and welcome back. Right, I've been really seriously thinking about this. I made a bit of a mistake because we didn't cut our logs to 12 metres. In fact, neither did we cut them to 9 or 6, which are the three sizes. We did 8 metres because they used to be the best in FS19, or everybody thought that. So I went with what I used to know as to be the best. Now this is telling us that if we do this we're going to lose money. It would be interesting, being as we've made this mistake, to actually crack on. We bought this container. I would like to feature it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to literally do a full load until that's absolutely full. Then we're going to do this, but then we're going to sell it. Yeah, we are. And then we're going to buy the 9 metre one, and we're going to see how badly it treats us. We're only a metre short, and I know it's going to be, I'm going to guess, this is a guess based upon clinical observation of the company that we call Giants. Now, normally you get absolutely marmalised for any kind of discretion that goes against the rules of the thing. So I'm guessing it's going to be nasty, but we shall see. Because what we're going to do is, that's true, we've got to try and get the mass right, and that's not so easy. It really isn't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a time lapse. We're going to film one of these. Then we're going to send it down the thing, which, yeah, I might have to take a few different shots at that one in case I don't get it right, and I'm only going to show the one that's right, or do I do that? I don't know. Yeah, this is true. Anyway, we have this to load up, and I am going to time-lapse it, and yeah, I've been sort of debating whether to make it into the storyline about, yeah, that's one. Why did I know why I was doing that. I was doing it to show how that works. Yeah, we can actually move that with this. And I was thinking, yeah, I was so busy, I was going to like get us into debt, and I was going to buy the proper trailer because you can only use the other trailer. And I thought, you're using this one now. And in fact, in some ways, I prefer the fact that ours, we can clip it on and off. Whereas the feature that with the Giants one, I'm not so sure I actually like that. where it's clamped in place severely and I can't do anything about that. So you can still lift it off like you could with the other one, exactly the same. I do like the idea of semi-automatic loading. There has to be a bit of a trade-off, that I do know myself, although you can, as I showed in the previous session, load it manually without too much of a hit, without it being too ridiculous. But obviously the fact that you can just grab it and stick it in the back, that is quite nice. So we're going to use that feature. So we're going to do one load at 12 metre, and yeah, then as I say, we're going to send this off for sale. Then I'm going to literally sell that back. Now have I actually, no I haven't, I've not clamped it down. Yeah, and then we're going to buy the 9 metre. I'm going to stick with that, and we're going to try a load of that and see. Yeah, we're going to try, well yeah, we've got the thing there, 2597, 5%. So when that's up at 100, we shall see what it is. Now isn't the weighbridge, I'm sure the weighbridge means that we can actually, now if we put the back of this right there, it shouldn't take too long to literally put those, all of those all around. Yeah, so we will be loading quite a lot. I'm not going to do quite what I said, and this was the dilemma. What I was, yeah, hopefully this is not going to be the train wreck that the first session was. It really was a bit of a travesty, it really was. But again, me not doing my homework properly, so it is all my fault. So I do apologise for me doing that in that way. But hopefully now, yeah, I'd not got it clear in my head because it was new, and I don't think anyone's ever good the very first time you try something new. Now then, are we going to do the ends differently? Because they always were a bit, and it is wasting things, so I think we'll probably manually do those or something. I mean, they're still 8 metres, but they're the spindly little bits where everybody always argues about them costing you. So I'm going to listen to the experts, because although I have done a lot of logging, yeah, I've not done any experimentation like Mr. CDP often does to see, oh, there's still a few little spindly ones inside. Okay, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've spent some hours in forestry. I don't want to sound like well, I think that's fairly obvious from what happened when I showed the fact that I'd picked up a brand new piece of equipment that I'd never used, well, because it had only dropped, I think it was about 3 days before I actually did this episode, and I thought how appropriate for that to be used. Right, okay. Come on, we can do this. You just got to clear the end of that. Ooh, and stop your nasty wobbling. Will you lift? Oh, that's better. Yeah, we know this. We've decided we're going to take a hit. Yeah, and I'm wondering how badly we're going to get walloped for that fact. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah. Yeah, always got the impression, this is not me trying to Giants bash either, that, well, yeah, I suppose you've only got to look at a map maker's map. Oh. What was that about? I was near a log, but there was near a stump and not anywhere near it. Oh. What on earth is that about? It's like I'm hitting an invisible wall at times. Yeah, anyway, I promised a time lapse, so let's do this. Yeah, I am literally, we're going to do this load like we've said, and yeah, then we're going to sell it, and then we're going to sell the actual container. We're going to go for a 9 metre, where at least it's not badly hammered. Yeah, there's not a big difference between the thing. So we will be doing quite a bit of lugging, not like I originally said. Let it calm down before you go any further. That surprises me. That's only 3. Oh, come on then. Release. Yeah, anyway, time lapse. I don't need to. It's amazing concentrating on doing all of this and talking to yourselves. That's what always does it. So, yes, you know what we've got to do. Yeah, no, I still didn't finish, did I? Let's just concentrate on talking to you for 1 minute and then I can get cracking. Yeah, it was the dilemma was, obviously I said we're going to sell it bits and bobs, but do you know, seriously, we did an awful lot of work and there's an awful lot of wood. Let's just do this. We're going to like sell this until it's all gone. That's exactly what we're going to do. So for once that we're not absolutely skint and that we're like living on the breadline, because we have got all of these assets and a means to sell it. So let's do it. So yeah, I am going to go into a time lapse and we are going to get. So this is it's not going to be a quick. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I show all of this or do I do what I've done on a lot of things? Do I clear it and show little bits coming in and out? Maybe that's the way to go. Well, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure that. No, I did actually. I've already shown even that. Me doing some wood. So no, I'm going to do it for a little bit, and then we shall stop. So I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, now this is where we find out whether I'm right. So I'm going to stop the cameras, I'm going to go up to the top set, I presume it's that one, and then we send it down to some. I've read enough to know that, but I've never done it. So I'm going to see you up at the top. So I'm going to see you shortly. I had to show this. I've seen this a few times from up the top and I thought, what is that down there? Is it some sort of lamp or something? And then I had that moment of thought where you think, so I don't mind doing these, because these, looking at the way the videos I've seen, and I haven't looked for where they are, I do think this is one of the animals. In fact, well, I know it is. This is a fish, isn't it? I think it looks like a fish to me. So we are going to let me collect this, because we are doing terribly at the minute. And oh, it's 50,000 though, so that is quite tremendous. But they are hard to find, so, and I'm not going to cheat. If we bump into them, we'll find them like that. It's sometimes it is amazing the intuition within your brain sometimes, where something that's wrong, just like yeah, it sort of speaks to you, and you like think, especially when you know something. It's very good at deductions if you listen to it. Yeah, I'm a big believer in what people call hunches and stuff like that, because the human psyche, the human beast, you could say, is very well made and is phenomenal at things. And don't get me wrong, most people totally. It's like those stories that we've all heard about people who have had this horrible feeling about getting on a phone, getting on a plane. They've listened to that voice and that plane got destroyed. How did they know this? All I'm going to say is, did some of those other people get that voice and ignore it? Did they think to stop being silly? You can't do that now. Now this is true. I don't know where we're supposed to go to on this. So, yeah, that's the point. I think we're supposed to just load this as normally. I'm sure we are. So, if we stick this here, yes, I haven't got the telehandler. I'm going to bring the telehandler up and unstrap that. And we're going to do this properly with a proper proper pallet forks that I've seen the very version that we bought, which I spent £2 on. So yeah, I'm going to pop back with the telehandler, the normal forks, and I shall see you shortly. And I know what you're thinking. Yes, you're thinking that I immediately off camera was going to reset this. Well, actually I'm not. It is like I said a couple of episodes ago in, I think it was the last one of Stone Valley. It might not have been. Yeah, it's hard for me to pinpoint exactly which one it is. But when you've got to do now I am unsure. One other thing I am going to say, the Liebherr, it has got, yeah, I'm bashing into things when I'm not bashing into things. We did say this in that first session when I used this. It's a very reasonable, that there are telehandlers that are only slightly more reasonable. I didn't just go for this. I used to use the Liebherr as the logger on FS19, the big like crane with the. It used to be one of my favourites because obviously starting from scratch, money is important. That was I think it was 70 odd grand, so it was truly absolutely amazing. So as a nod to that, I thought I'd go for the Liebherr. I like it. It's reasonable, but it has got. It bashes into things when it shouldn't. I'm trying to think of the proper terminology. My Saturday morning brain, after a full week at work, it always means my words don't function quite as well. Yeah, I can't think of the bigger words, like my vocabulary like reduces because I'm tired. Yeah, I could see that thing on the corner there for ages, and I thought it's a lantern or something. But I thought, well, we've never seen it lit, so let's investigate. Yeah, so I didn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did think about it, but yeah, you've got to do the Liebherr, you've got to do the weight, then you've got to do the two attachments, then you've got to reattach, and then that's if they don't go wrong or get stuck in a log or whatever. So sometimes it's not like we're that far away that it's worth it. I mean, there are some maps where if you've got a traipse and it's going to take you 10 minutes that you like think, oh, my time is so much more worth than that. So yes, that is true. Right, let's drop that. I've only bought the big back handle because it can be very useful for other things that you didn't think, and if I've left it somewhere else then I'd have to reset it. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. So I'd prefer, and yeah, the other thing I hate is the door opening. I'm not a massive fan of that because I just think it looks, as a content creator, I'd sooner not have that, for the fact that I just hate, because now I've got to go like this, and then I've got to like, how do I do my door? Is it that one? Is it that one? Or is it that one? Or is it that one? No, it's none of those. Is it? You see, yeah. What? Why is the door open? I can't even shut it. No. Ah, hang on. Now. No. No. Ah, there we go. And you click that by accident using your normal controls. So that means I'm probably likely to open the door again just by doing something similar, and that is annoying. It is. As a content creator, I'd sooner not have that feature. And the other thing is, it was in my opinion, the worst thing about the Sintrack, which I personally think is one of the best. Right, so I think we have to go full. Oh, now I can find it. Right, I do think we have to be on it though. That'll be what it is. Yeah, that's sure. Now please oh yeah, that's right. It doesn't actually, you go for the holes, but you're not actually going for the holes. I think that's right. I could have sworn this was the one that I was featured. But yeah, you can sort of do that anyway, so it's not like it's not going to work. Right, so now, is this supposed to truthfully lift this? Because that's a bit of a stretch. I'm not sure that this is... Yeah, I think I'm going to go on YouTube and see about the unloading of one of these, because I really seriously... I don't think that that's supposed to do that. Let's reclamp that down. So I'm going to reconvene with yourselves in a few minutes when I am a little bit more... Or do I... Yeah, I suppose I could investigate off camera. So I can figure it out. I can. And I think that's half of the fun. But sometimes, yeah, it can also be stressful. So I'm going to see you in a few minutes. Well, now I feel very silly because it really is simple. It is. I should have investigated it. All we need to go. Although I suppose, yeah, you when you've got the thing of the pressure of the camera on as well, and you obviously you're trying to not waste people's time and all the rest of it. Well, actually, we're very close, very close. We have to go to the container warehouse where normal people who have the icon switched on would see the icon for... So we're going to be in a normal person for once. We are going to switch on the interactive zone markers. And I actually remembered the word, which is a bit of a miracle. Yeah, it shows you the picture of a lorry. I think it's over there. Yeah, it is. I can see it in the distance. Yeah, we have to... And apparently it sells this as well. It sells the container, but you do get your money back. So we don't want another 12 metre. We want a 9, and we're going to get Marmalise. Now, this would be interesting to see. If I knew, I would love to do a test and grab some 12 metre logs, but that would mean chopping some more logs. Right, and have I yet? Now this would be, I presume this just sells, because I can't see another icon for, yeah, sell the thing. So I presume we just go in and it goes bang. Presume. But let's do something about this, because, yeah, in fact, let's just, does that disappear completely? Yes, it does. Although, let's just go through it anyway. Does it just sell? Let's unstrap, because that often does things that you don't expect it to. Do we just go in and it just bit... You see, overthinking again. We just need the chevrons on. So that's fine, absolutely fine. 79,308. Now that's not bad. If that's me being... I apologise, Giants. If that's me being punished for less than 12 metres, it didn't seem terribly punishing. But then again, I don't know what the proper amount is for doing that. So with one load of wood we are up to 179,860. I mean, obviously we got that nice little animal that gave us 50,000 as well, which I'm going to allow. I am, because they're not easy to find, and it took a lot of... Yeah, I'm not going to run into them all, the chance of it, and I'm certainly not hunting them, but if we go near one or we see one, yeah, I don't mind that. I truly don't. Anyway, yes, we are going to... yes, this time let's take the lead there, and let's move off being thrashed by the train as it passes us by, realistically. Yeah, let's put that on. Now, are we far enough? I think just, but... And this also, cars do go down here. Yeah, I was partially saying about the Liebherr. Yeah, which I bought up here and didn't need at all, which I like that as well. So yes, if the Liebherr does cause us to, because it is, every single time I'm going anywhere near a tree stump, it stops and bashes, and or the stones, and it's like it's a long way away. I mean a long way, like half of a tyre's width. We're not talking a little tiny bit, we're talking a lot. If it starts to annoy me, I am going to give myself the full value of this, because yeah, I just want another telehandler, and this is the biggest thing that skinted us in the first place, really. And also, yeah, there's a tilt. It's typical. I did want to feature what we actually had, that wheel loader that we had. And of course, obviously at the time there was no tilt mechanism. Now I forget who's done it, whether it's Schultz or Schultz Modding or the FSI modding group or who, but somebody has done, or it might have been the big logging people that had that heavy logging, NMC and something like that, North Modding Company. No, yeah. That's what comes to my brain, but yeah, I don't trust me. It's probably totally wrong. But yes, that's what I'm thinking. One of those definitely has got. Whoa, yeah, they bought the tilt mechanism, which would have fixed my problem with not being able to get things because you could tilt your head. But yeah, well, the rest is history. But if this leap head does give us jib, because it is going to be a massive tool, then I'm going to give myself the full money back, because I would only swap it. I may even remove it from my mods, because again, if it's going to hit you once, it's going to hit you every single time that it comes up in the sales, and it doesn't always matter. I mean, there's been some things it doesn't matter, but when you're going into tree stumps all of the time, it does matter. It's going to hit you every single time you go to it, and we're going to be doing a lot of loading and unloading. So yes, I am going to say that. I would love, obviously, to go for. I really would like to go for the massive log thing, because that would be a dream. I don't know whether to lease it. I want to heavily feature the things on this, because we're always going to have use of the telehandler, and it would, I suppose, do away with that problem of that. We could lease that. Now we could lease it. We're not in what I call danger money. So yeah, even if it's 25 grand, because it is an expensive bit of kit. Of course, I would like to buy one. So I suppose the other thing is, do we persevere? And do we buy some containers, stick those on, and do we do this properly? Now that we've again showed the proper way to do this, right? Let's put that down and let's unclip that, and yeah, we're going to grab a 9 meter container. Yes, I know the capacity is not as much, but that didn't seem to me terribly awful a price. In fact, it seemed a very good price, if I'm going to be totally honest. Right, so we want to drop you, and we shall stick you to the side over here, and we shall use the proper tool to load these empty containers. Yes, we shan't try to unload full containers, because I don't think you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do what we've just seen, which is amazing. It is an absolutely fantastic feature. Right, so then let's go and get a 9 meter and leave it plenty of space, because I'm not sure where it lands. And paint blob number 1 is there, and it never goes exactly where you paint. That's another thing. Let's not be critical. Right, so it is it's in the containers section, and we are going to go for the in between. We want that one. We do, and you know, the colour doesn't cost you. I actually quite liked the orange, actually, and it doesn't cost you because it doesn't. So 4,680, and we shall buy. Yes, brilliant. Right there, container number 2. I do like this feature. I think this is very clever. It's semi-automatic. It's not completely like the magical loading of the logs, which a long time ago I thought, oh yeah, I didn't want to do anymore. It was alright when I was doing it on my own, but for content creation, not so much. Yeah, I want to be as realistic as possible. I mean, and I realise there are always compromises a little bit like this, and I do hands off to Giants for that kind of compromise, because that is, yeah, like this, like those holes aren't perfectly right. But do we want to use these pallet forks for other things other than that? Probably. So yes, and this is supposed to be lifted. It is not. Yeah, that's what we want to go the other way. I do believe we want to be going past the lorry and onto it, so that the back doors are at the back. That would be very helpful. Yeah, so we're gonna, for once, I'm not going to do this like stringently and then like be, you know, where I've not got any money but I've got like 1 million in logs. We're gonna do this properly. We are. Yeah, we're gonna sell what we've got and see what we're doing. Then actually, it would be nice to buy my job. I suppose once I've done all of the logging, I did say that it's logging's a mean to an end, and I'm really trying to show off the platinum pack to its full potential. Right, lift a little bit more. I think you're dragging. Yeah. Obviously, this is the beauty of. I mean, we could afford it now. I could buy the actual trailer. I thought, no, no. Why should I? Why should I do that? People aren't always going to do that, and I don't like. We can do this ourselves. We can. Yes, it's probably not going to be perfect, but then, yeah, c'est la vie. I would like to get it a little bit more straight at the back, though, Mr. Smith. I'm sure you can do a better job than that. Now then, do we just release? Yeah, you see, I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, now we do need to put the dovetail back up. And we could have done a better job of, like, I mean, yeah, the beauty of this is I have the option with my trailer, which you don't on the special one, that I can actually still move mine. I don't have to do that jiggery pokery, because, yeah, I remember seeing Farmer Klein show that you've got to, like, get it off or do a reset, and I'm thinking, well, that's a bit messy. I don't have to do that. So if you think your fantastic 50 grand trailer is better than mine, then you can think that. Because me personally, I actually prefer mine, because if I want, I can lift that off and I can move it. Yeah, I can. I'm only poking a bit of fun, but yeah, no, I do truly believe it though. I'm not mocking. Oh, that's the point. What is in the sales? Now we actually have some money. Is there anything we actually wanted? Corn harvest. A 10 metre for 45 grand. I would say though, personally, that we probably need the harvester first. Truthfully. Now that is something that is worth buying, and I probably would go for the case, because we're running out of time. Yeah, although it's May, June, July, we've got 3 months. Let's not rush it. So let's leave that header for now, because we've got more important things to buy. And yeah, let's stick it on this main road, because there's a lot here to do. I'm hopefully going to find the best way to do this. Right, and this is not going to be the same tonnage, is it? And until we start putting in, we can't. Well, I do like that as well. I agree with DJ Goham. Oh yes, it was DJ's video. I like DJ for the fact that he gets to the point. Not like me, he's not a waffle merchant. And that's the one thing about DJ I do like. And I'm not saying that. Language is such a thing. That doesn't mean I don't like everything else about DJ. There's a lot of things I think that I do. I'm not. Yeah, I didn't like the. I don't like the cheating element. What I consider the cheating element, and that's down to me, because it isn't really cheating. Yeah, this is one thing I am going to say, and I have said that before. I'm not attacking DJ. Yeah, he is quite entitled to do things the way that he is, and absolutely. It isn't cheating. He's playing by a set of rules, and I have always said that. But I'm trying not to play by that type of rule, and Eureka Farms type rules, exactly the same. I am not trying to play by those sets of rules. So yes, right, let's anyway, enough waffling, but I just wanted to say I'm not attacking DJ Goham. He makes some cracking videos, and unlike me, who keeps forgetting to do his little sliders, he puts sliders in his big videos. He does some really professional things, which I absolutely think is fantastic. So just for those who think I'm a DJ hater, I am not. I am subscribed. I think he's amazing. I'm just not a Eureka Farm type thing. Yeah, that's something that I'm not a big fan of. But apart from that, he does some cracking videos. Truthfully, I have said this, and it is true. I'm not gonna like. He's a little too zany for me. He's a little bit woo woo woo, and I'm not a massive fan of that. So, oh, am I pushing that with that log? Have I not? I have strapped that. Does it ignore the straps if you push the? Oh, it does have a bit of movement. Okay, that's interesting. Anyway, we are going to... Oh, it pushes back, though. We are going to... Oh, do you know, seriously, come on. You'll get better at this, don't worry. Yeah, it's true, I will. Yeah, so I'm not attacking DJ. As I said, yeah, personalities. I prefer Mr. Sealy P because he's not that type of personality. He seems... Yeah, you warm to those that you like, don't you, truthfully? And... Oh, wow. Okay, smash it. Now, that's not moaning, so I presume if you're within a metre or something, it's okay, because that's not moaned at and said that, oh, you're gonna get docked. So I like that. So perhaps, Giants, I have done you a disservice again, in so much as you have always, yeah, struck me as being a little bit too hard on the punishment side of things if things go a little wrong. Yeah, and less than generous, shall we say. And I know you're probably going for realism, although it's a strange thing, because over the years, listening to what everybody, all of the long time people who have been content creators for many years, I think as the games have, now how did I miss that? Yeah, I think prices have got really, in comparison to what they used to be like, much more stringent. Now that one, so the little tiny one, it warned me, but that was the only one, so that's not too bad. Yeah, they've obviously, I don't know whether that's supposed to be the realism element that they've like, but yeah, you used to be able to do some things that, and I suppose Giants, I've got to give them the due, they always make the game completely different to the last one. They'll change features which keeps you all on your toes, which, yeah, it can be annoying, but it's also, yeah, not, it's quite a good thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm waffling on again, aren't I? I realise I am. Right, so let's say my words for a second time. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm on about. It's dragging the log around, the leap areas, and that's not got straps on or anything. It's just dragging it around. It's doing this frequently, so I think, yes, we shall reconvene. It has got to where I thought it would get. Or do we do what we said? Do we put this to one side and grab the Volvo? And do we get into debt as a this is what we're going to buy type thing, rather than or do we lease and then own if we wish? Yeah, it would, because I really would. The one thing I was very impressed with was the Liebherr. No, it wasn't. It was the Volvo, actually, Mr. Smith. It was the Volvo. It was, yes. I did love using that for that contract. Leasing that was fantastic. The the high lift is amazing. It truly is. Yeah. I used the Buncher yesterday on, and I'm not a fan. I should have gone for the cheaper malware. Really, yeah, because it cleans your logs up. But this one, now the thing I am going to say is can it only have this attachment? Because it looks like, I think it can, can't it? Yeah. No. We're going to lease to buy to own, and this is what we're going to aim for, I think. Yes. Now please tell me that, no, I did, it is back at the shop. Right, so we're going to go back into a time lapse and we're going to use this. Now, again, that's the entire reason for using something like this is it as good as you think? Oh, that is, yeah, it's up for down and down for up, isn't it? I remember. And twist is that one. Yeah, it is. And open. No, that one. What is open then? Okay, I need to find open. Yeah, that is that one, up and down. And forward as well. Okay, and you are literally up and down. So what is up and down like that? Both smashing. I think after a bit of practice that might, yeah. Again, we shall see whether this is, or whether actually the big bag handler is still better than this type of thing. But if it is, and we're going to go back to the lever, then we definitely are. Yeah, we're definitely going to swap the lever out, because I can't put up with that. Yeah, for lifting pallets and stuff like that, maybe, but for wood, not so much. Yeah. Anyway, time lapse as promised. Yes, so once more I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, first thoughts. I need more practice is thought number one. Thought number two is it's definitely... Oh, doors. I know we don't need to, but let's just aim for a little bit of realism. Definitely. Yes, I'm not... I still think I am correct in so much as telehandlers. Ooh, I have more finesse. I truly do, which is why... Ooh, okay. It's a bit of a struggle for that 33 tons of that. Yeah, another good thing about the trailer that people may go for the proper one is the fact that obviously it won't shift the container around a little bit. I can live with that. Yeah, it is. It's true. If you did whack that with that, it would do that. So that's realism. It's physics. it's you've got to live with it, and it'll do what it likes to do. Now that I remember, this is a bit of a long way if you call this logging road, but yes, so I think this is going to be my last haul today. I think what we're going to do is we'll probably, yeah, the Volvo, I'm going to stick with it for a little bit. I think it's what we're going to do is we're going to thin out the herd, thin out the bigger chunks with the Volvo. It's not good at finesse, which you really wouldn't. Again, with someone who has had hours with it, finesse comes, but someone who just picks it up, I'm used to using telehandlers, and so therefore you're, well, you're as good as you are at it, because you're familiar with it, but that's not so much. I keep going the up for down and down for up and left for right and right for left, but that's something after 20-30 minutes of actual use that will just disappear, and I'll be okay at that. The finesse side of it, again, I reckon in time you probably would be okay with even that, truthfully. So yeah, but I do think it's better, as in for like the contracts, for when you are literally picking up ready, nicely prepared. So what I'm trying to say in my cack-handed kind of way is actually, I realise in some areas that's an offensive word. Now, yeah, my grandma used to say it was just muck, but yeah, other people think it's something worse. So I should try to refrain from using that term, because it will probably be. I do think you'll find, Mr. Carr, that it was actually my right of way, and of course you're going to be an. Yes, I know. Don't say any rude words, Mr. Smith. Yes, I wasn't going to be that rude, but it was still rude enough. Yes, we don't want any vulgarity of any sort at all. No. Now I've completely forgotten where I was going with that, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about the Volvo, whether we do buy one. It would be nice doing the contracts. If we're going to do some of the wood contracts, now that's not a bad idea. Am I planning on doing that? Well, I'm planning on farming, if I'm honest. Yeah, this was the initial. Let's get rid of the wood. Now I think we can probably go higher up rather than going, yeah, down, sort of up through the yard, across railway lines and such like that. Come on, you menace. You've already been. Right, we'll train. Right, I'd be intrigued to see, because we didn't get much warning messages. I quite like that, because the way it read was that, you know, like it's, I mean, I did 8 meters, because, as I said, old, it's what we, and it is still not a bad thing. I'm not sure what the jury says. Whoa, isn't that the same amount? Didn't we get, in which case, we were severely punished. That's still a very good price though, so you know, I'm not going to moan too much, but we didn't get much moaning. That's what I'm trying to say, is that is good. Giants were not too horrible, too sort of punishy over that type of thing. They really weren't. Well, this is definitely now my first session. It was a bit of a bumpy one. I'm hoping going forwards that we've knocked the rust off and we are going to grab. Yeah, I do think these containers are ace. I do. We'll stick with the Volvo for a little while, I think. We may even buy one. Well, you could afford one, but yeah, we have got a harvester and such like things to buy. We've got really rudimentary set of equipment. Of course, we do need to clean the land to make our fields. Yeah, because that was the entire point on clearing the land, was to make a few smaller fields. Now there is still some planting we can do, even as late as May. So, and of course there's the back end planting in August, September, so like wheat and barley and canola. So we've not missed the boat completely, but yeah, it would be nice to get on with our farming. So if we buy something like that for 384,000, which with that type of prices we can do, of course. I mean, that's one thing I am going to say, the prices of wood in this area is fantastic, which you would expect in this type of map, really, wouldn't you? So, but I am still pleased with that. Giants aren't really known for always doing that type of thinking. Yeah, there's been times where maps you've still got awful prices. So, right, let's sneak through our little sneaky hole, which we should make a little better, I think, to make it more of a Although technically I'm not sure you're supposed to go over those. In Britain you're not supposed to ever go over those unless there's a drop down place. So right, let's get this in position for next thing. Yeah, you can see it made a bit of a mess, truthfully. And have you... No, it hasn't still. I was going to say I left some in that deliberately. I think you're forgetting something, like the container, which we should do off camera. I should get that ready for next time. And yeah, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I truly... Any comments? Yeah, please. Yeah, drop me comments. Whatever you'd like to see, what you wouldn't like to see, something that you'd like doing. And I will aim to please. I'm trying to bring the Platinum expansion to its max and show off not just that, modded things as well that have dropped. I mean, this trailer again is absolutely... No, I had actually got it done. It's that one. No, it's not that one. It is... No, it's just Unfold. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, it's an amazing trailer. It truly is. I could have just quite easily used this, but then the loading would be take an awful lot longer. The beauty of the Volvo is if you've got some nice piles. So yeah, it may be that I decide, well, do you know, let's just make some better piles. It truly, we could do that. I don't know if we could use the Volvo. Again, it's skills. You could use those front arms as pushers. So I think we may try and feature this a little bit, not giving in just after the first couple of minutes of it not working right, which is, yeah, I'm not in my comfort zone. So anyway, yes, comments please, yeah, drop me a line. I always love to hear from yourselves, and I'm going to say goodbye for now. I suppose I ought to show this, really. Yeah, it is. I put this on the wrong way round, and it's not the easiest of things to maneuver, so there's plenty of chance to make some mistakes, which makes some interesting footage, shall we say. So yeah, let's just see, can I do this? Yeah, and there we go. That is another thing where the lever is pushing the log, because there's, yeah, I'm literally loads away from that. Yeah, I put this on the wrong way around, and yeah, I felt sure that I'd got this the right way around, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't, truly didn't. So right, let's not too far. I'm trying to get this a little bit better this time than I did last time, as in closer to the back. I wasn't bad on the how straight it was on that. Let's see. Yes. Oh, maybe a touch. That's actually dropped back a little, which we can still nudge the container. Ah, it's not quite square. I need to nudge the end now. Next time I need to be in the middle for that to work properly. It's not terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, it says. Do you know? I think that'll do. I think. No, it won't. It is a little unrealistic, a little bit hangy for my liking. So then, middle. Let's see if we can roughly give that a bit of a nudge, middle-ish, to make that right. I'm going to tack this on, so I'm not going to say goodbye again. I'm just going to stop recording. But yeah, not quite. Just need to nudge this end again now. It's not quite square, but I wasn't happy with that. Yeah. You got to do what you believe is right, haven't you? Always. Right, smashing. That's not bad. I can live with that. So Volvo, let's move this a bit out of the way, because although I shouldn't really be coming this far out of the Volvo, you never know. This is me we're talking about. Right, I'm going to say, yeah, I hope you stick with me on this journey, and goodbye.